IVM.
There's a quick survey to fill out on ivmpodcast.com/survey. It lets us know a little bit more about who's listening to us. And you know what? We're going to do a few prizes. So, we'll do a random drawing of maybe 10 people and we'll send you all some swag. Remember, that's ivmpodcast.com/survey where you can fill out the survey.
Welcome. This time, genuinely welcome. I haven't seen you guys or spoken to you guys for over a week. We couldn't record our episode last week because Holi Day in India. Mm-hmm. So we also had a Holi Day.
Happy Holi.
Happy Holi. I see the colors have waned away, which is very good.
Now you just don't say Happy Holi, by the way. You say Happy Holi to those who celebrate.
Bura na mano.
Bura na mano. Yeah.
That is what I
say. It's the same thing on the other side. It's in English.
No, Bura na mano is tried and tested. I'll stick to that right now. Bura na mano Holi. Good to have you back, yeah? Not a lot of football this week, but we can catch up on a lot of things that have happened in the past couple of weeks. I'm going to call this episode Jhund because it's a recent movie called Jhund. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's on the life of renowned football coach Tony Singh.
Amitabh Bachchan movie, right?
Yeah. Tony's career at Southall is covered in the movie. Excellent. Good new football movie finally we have. Please go ahead and watch. How are you guys, Shivram? How was your Holi, man? If you had celebrated that.
I didn't celebrate. Baby is too young, so we're not just stepping out yet. But we will next year. That'll be her first Holi. So we were just a little overly cautious. But that's okay. We did our own thing. We had Gujia at home. I think that counts as Holi.
Not bad at all. Ayar, how many old people did you throw balloons at?
I was forced to sit at home. I would have loved to, but I was forced to sit at home last week.
Due to an unspecified ailment.
I had color in my eye. I was pink-eyed the entire week. So, yeah.
You played your Holi started early.
Yeah, I did.
If you thought he liked Fulham and was wearing rose-tinted glasses, you should see him with conjunctivitis.
But I have no problem going tomorrow down in the building and throw color on people. Huh? I'll do that.
Just scream Burana Mano. In Bangalore, it's pretty normal. Just book one cab, ask if they can speak in Kannada. Either way, you can play.
They'll have some startup now. Colors collects from your house and then goes and throws it on people. Your beer. Some startup, I'm sure that does that.
Yeah, for sure. Or Karthik can start it up. Karthik, where are you based in Bangalore? Is it the IT part of
Whitefield? Yeah, it's very close to ITPL, which is IT Park Limited, I think.
Oh wow, that is very ingenious of them to call it the IT hub, the ITPL.
IT Premier League. Ravichandran Ashwin is the CEO. Anyhow, we got lots and lots of stuff to discuss.
Shrishant has applied. He's been rejected many times. He's banned.
Okay, no. Enough about cricket. A lot of cricket which is going to happen, which IPL is starting very soon. So we'll get a chance to speak about that when I say we, I mean a year. But we're going to talk about football. We'll speak about Spurs, Arsenal, the teams that you guys support. Behave like you
can also talk about the team you support. I saw that was glaring miss.
I thought, how should I bring United into this podcast? And then I do every week, I saw Apna Apna again. And that character of Anand Akela, right? Where he says, race mein tum dono akele hi ho. Main to sabka chhod chuka hu. Par main zindagi bhar tum do ki madad karunga. Which is why I decided Anand Akela. You guys decide who's Amar, who's Prem, who's Arsenal, who's Spurs, and who's going to finish fourth. We'll also talk about Salah's contract situation because finally I'm guessing I'm going to be right on the podcast for once in 3 years. And we'll talk about the derby that everybody was waiting for, Roma versus Lazio. What a great game!
I love that you're peppering humor with the rest of the stuff.
It's cool. I know. But we'll first take a break and hope this time they have some ads from our sponsors. Let's wait.
Have you ever wondered where the business world is headed? How the ways in which we create, market, and sell to consumers will evolve? Or if we'll ever go back to wearing pants while working? For answers to all of this and more, tune into Advertising is Dead with me, Varun Dugirala. Every Tuesday, as I talk to entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers from across business, media, marketing, and beyond. You can catch all episodes of Advertising is Dead on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcast from.
We should also be able to hear ads, right? It should be like a live thing with ads.
You can actually, go back and play the podcast and just skip to the part of the ads. And it will just benefit all of us immensely. So why don't you go do that? Before we get into that. And I recently heard this. Did you know, because Christian Eriksen didn't end up playing for Brentford this week. I saw this tweet about how a lot of football players are actually playing with a disadvantage of sorts. I didn't know Nacho at Real Madrid had diabetes. Did you know that? I don't know if that's a big thing. The other thing is, did you know Harry Kane has an allergy to silver?
Silverware.
What?
Yeah. Nice.
And Ronaldo is in the same team as Maguire.
So he's not allergic to anything, basically.
That was why. No, I think there's a lot of disadvantage there if you really think about it. Sorry to say.
Didn't Maguire smack Ronaldo like with his head while they were?
I mean, that is a self-inflicted allergy. If you run into a bus, you are not technically allergic to a bus.
He was doing what every captain should. Ronaldo went away without telling anybody, without informing the team or the coach or anybody else. In Maguire, like, I'll show you. I'll play the captain's role, and I'll show you how it hurts you and where it hurts. How do you feel after that? Which is what he did. Then he tried to hit himself also, which is very weird.
Hey, how did Joao Felix jump over Maguire? Can you just explain that in physics or English or math, whatever is convenient?
Maguire's so heavy, right? Gravity kind of keeps pulling him down. So he might look like big, but he's not really. The moment he starts running, he starts to fall down.
Is that also true for United in the table? They're so big. They keep getting pulled down by gravity.
Anand Akela, मैं छोड़ चुका हूँ. I'm not going to talk about it.
I had to bring in United here at some point in time. We should start with comic relief because that's a hook. So now people know it'll be funny, right? Like we've already spoken about United. Now we can get on to the serious stuff.
I have decided to not speak about United finishing fourth.
बचा नहीं है कुछ.
Of course, hoping that they will finish fourth and that I'll have the last laugh. But I'm not going to go ahead of myself and talk and make claims because
But you already said it. So
yeah, but
saying that I won't say it is saying it.
But we have new millions of users and listeners every week, right? So they won't listen to the old podcast.
You also said United will win the title.
Slowly. I mean, the conference league to pakka will play.
I said it's United's title to lose.
Oh, okay.
Which they did. So you're right. You're right. Well done. So that's the kind of prediction we want on this podcast. कोई भी जीत सकता है. Correct.
But jeet to chodo, we'll say if Liverpool, I think, playing before City, so if they win, they will go top of the league with, of course, City having a game in hand. But then we know what games in hand. Actually, we don't know because Arsenal's games in hand have really been well. They've done well. Spurs, which is, I mean, Liverpool, so everybody loses. It's okay.
Fair enough.
But Spurs, are they going to finish fourth?
They're continuing with the jokes. What? I thought only the first.
No. This is genuine now. Yeah, they're on a good run, scoring. Kane is finally scoring. You know, once he starts scoring, then it doesn't stop, right? I mean, FPL is going all gaga over so many points collected, etc. All of that.
And
he
Son
started playing. And Son, of course. He's not changing his team. I think Kulusevski is also kind of contributing whichever way he can. They have decent fixtures going forward. I'm sure it's not going to be easy for Arsenal to finish fourth.
No, Arsenal have tougher fixtures on paper. That is for
they just have United and West Ham as two tough fixtures.
But I think the game that will matter is that game versus Tottenham,
Spurs,
right? I think there's one more
Spurs
game
will be a
remaining.
6-pointer,
Yeah, that is, I think, pretty much it. Yeah, I think if
they
Arsenal
also won against Chelsea, right?
Yeah, that is one other game. So basically, Arsenal's extra games in hand. There's one against Liverpool that was done. The other two bigger ones are against Chelsea and Tottenham. And I think it's the match against Tottenham that's really important. I mean,
so they have one game in hand over Spurs.
Over United. Currently, they are equal with Spurs. They're level, right? Oh, no.
28 games. No, 28 games each. I think you're
level.
Right.
Okay.
And 29 is United. They're ahead, like 4 points ahead of United with a game in hand.
Yeah. Even if you assume that game in hand is Chelsea, they lose it, fine. But I still think it'll be that North London derby. And I don't know, this United are still, I thought they'll be much lower. Yeah, they still seem to be around.
So United
hanging around there.
United are to play Arsenal right after Arsenal play Chelsea.
I'd completely forgotten that about. I mean, I didn't bother with United, but they're pretty much there. They're 1 point off Tottenham, 3-4 points off Arsenal.
Yeah, but we love that 1 point so much that we continue to take it with us every time.
Ronaldo did it last year. I mean, gone are the days when he used to win titles for teams. Ronaldo last year, Juventus were not in the top 4 for the longest time. He came in on the last day of the season and got them their Champions League place. He didn't play the match, but he said that he did his job in that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
it's a manager's job. I'm also a manager at work. I don't do much, but I have to get credit.
It'll be fun, I think. But if I have to, if you want me to answer, that is, it's Tottenham for me. who will
Lovely.
finish in fourth.
Why have we started lying? on
Shivram
this
also
podcast?
agrees. Shivram also kind of agrees
Are
to
we just
that.
lying just blatantly these days? My God, anything you guys do for sensationalism, you
But I'll tell
journalists.
you what, Arsenal are the most fun team currently to watch.
What a
Apart from
lovely
Barcelona,
team. I mean,
Arsenal are
Karan, the
the
friend of the
most fun
podcast,
team to
gave us the
watch.
highest honor possible. He called us the Barcelona side of 2012.
Yeah, he was still being a little stingy there. 2012 was just after their peak, etc. He was trying to be acting a little too smart at that point.
ठीक है,
I felt.
चलेगा. Puyol was captain, yeah, I'll take it.
It was in the end of his days.
Yeah, he was
almost,
like
right?
35
I mean,
something.
not in terms of his life and all. He's still alive and doing well.
You mean at Barcelona?
Thank you. Just trying to
Wait, he's
get
the
worried
same
about that
age
news.
then surprise now. What do you mean? It's the twilight of his career.
Puel's younger than me, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I think the only problem with Arsenal is, right, when they're going up against these bigger sides like a City, Liverpool, especially
fold
Liverpool,
up.
they haven't scored against Liverpool in 5 games now. It's strange how obvious that result was, despite how Arsenal's form has been over the last 2 months.
I
How
think they
obvious that
don't-
Liverpool game.
They
in the
need to
middle
invest in a striker. I mean, if that isn't more obvious now
Yeah.
than it has ever been, because they don't create as much, and which is one more reason why Aubameyang now you can see him score so many goals at La Liga. Even if you don't watch the league, I don't blame you. For anyone who's listening, you see how many chances that Barcelona create in the final third. Arsenal don't create as much, like the supply isn't as good. So Arsenal are also playing off Lacazette, right? He's that cement wall who you can bounce a ball off and then come and hit the rebound. Barcelona play a very different brand. Oba obviously made good on whatever promise he had with Barcelona. Arsenal got whatever they wanted. Both are happy individually. That is great. But you see the difference in Aubameyang, and you were calling him, like whoever was calling him a finished player, he put out a tweet today. Very clearly not over the Arsenal experience. It takes some time to wear off. But you can see that, he was struggling at whatever degree, or he wanted to go. And now he's flourishing, which is great.
So my thing is, if Arsenal hadn't been getting the kind of points they have been, then the pressure would have been much, because all the news has been he left due to his differences between the coaching staff and the manager, etc. So Arsenal are getting the points, so therefore nobody is really complaining. And Oba is also, money is motivating, right? He's taken a pay cut to go join Barcelona. A lot of his money comes from the bonuses that are attached to his contract. So I mean, it's only in his interest to kind of score all that goals. And like Shivram said, it's La Liga at the end of the day. So, but he did score against. He did score against
without Benzema.
But 4 goals. He got 2. He could have gotten a hat trick for sure. It was a great chance that he had. But happy for him. He got 8 goals this season. 9 goals across 2 competitions for them.
in like 11 games or something like that.
Which is odd, which is fantastic. Which is like 25 goals a season kind of player. At 32. At best, he might have 2 more years in him.
I don't know. Yeah, these guys are so good now in their mid-30s, like all of us are at this point.
Yeah, that's true. But there's also Ronaldo. But there's also Ronaldo at United.
There's Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic is 40. He's a different breed altogether.
No, that's
Giroud
not different.
doing very well.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not surrounded by Maguire or Phil Jones on the bench. So, like, it also depends on the people you're playing with. Like, Ronaldo can do whatever he wants.
I don't know why you drag poor Phil Jones into this. Yeah, he's not responsible at all.
He's physically injured. Now he's like emotionally hurt. He came out after 2 years, played 1 game, played a half-decent game.
What did Rashford do? What did Rashford do?
Rashford
He abused some fans
when?
outside the stadium A. Then he put out a post saying, the post almost sounded like I'm glad I abused, but I shouldn't have abused. So I think I got very mixed messages. Then he went and watched a boxing match, which Gary Neville got upset about because he seems to be entertaining himself after United have lost.
How
Gary
dare
Neville
you
said
watch
should not-
Netflix? You should sit in
not
one
go to
corner.
he said don't go to your local Italian Udupi and eat food there. Italian Udupi, no, that doesn't work out. But
Italian-
But nice. Italian
Delhi.
sounds very nice.
Italian Delhi.
Yeah, Delhi. So Gary Neville's pissed off now at Rashford. So problems all around United.
But I think
Neville's
these
been
ex-footballers have
pissed off.
nothing to do, right? So they just keep complaining. Like, whatever you can never, like, it's like your society ka uncle aunties, na? You do whatever you want, they'll still find a way to complain. Same deal with Gary Neville and Gabriel Akbon Lahore, of all people. I don't know why I'm saying his name after FIFA 2012. Didn't buy him then. He's making comments about Arsenal celebrating again, like they won the Champions League final.
But why is Arsenal celebrating being such a big problem? I don't really watch Arsenal games, or I end up watching just the goals maybe later. So I don't see the end of match celebration, and I don't know if the broadcast cuts from it as well in here. I don't know.
Yeah, it cuts to the studio.
To studio. But what must they be doing in the ground? Is like there's no windows there to while people up.
My thing is it's okay. Everybody has.
What do you know about celebration? Let me talk about celebration.
I'm saying that is the best that they can achieve, which they are, and you should celebrate it, right? Which is what I feel.
Yeah, I mean, being above United is great. Yeah, being above Spurs, absolutely. Yeah, top 4. That should be celebrated.
Forget about United and Spurs, and top 4 finally going into Europe.
Absolutely. There's no reason.
I'm pretty sure they're needling the opposition, but I'm pretty sure. But everyone can't be complaining now.
Absolutely.
I think this Ramsdale and even Arteta doesn't seem like a very nice guy. He has that little...
but he has lovely hair, so I think it's okay. It's very, very well turned out every time. So
it's taken over from Giroud, the hair department.
Yeah, I think he's a good... He's a little taller, otherwise he's fine. You remember the Arsenal 125 years jersey? Lovely jersey. He used to wear that when he had just bought him for Everton. I think 2008, 2009 something. Arsenal had just finished 125 years. Lovely jersey. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so you're going to say Arsenal are finishing 4th. Sapre, who are you picking?
I don't know. I don't have a dog in this fight, to be honest. I mean, you know what I want to say as to
but I won't say it.
But I won't say it.
You're worse than a toddler.
Yeah, I am. Learning from the best, which is my own kid. Which is great. Salah, right? We're talking about players, 25 goals a season in their 30s. What, he's going to turn 30? And
just 30?
Yeah.
He's 29 right now.
Yeah.
Terrible. I think you should just...
And all 3 are the same age. 3 of them are the same.
Firmino, Salah.
Yeah, Mane. Yeah. Whereas this next group of Jota and this Luis Diaz are all 24, 25. So that's the next.
So there's a new crop.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think Salah at best has 2 more years left.
That's why he wants a big contract, right now.
No, but if you're telling me he gets paid 200k and Maguire gets some... How much does Maguire get? Remind me.
Maguire gets... I'm definitely more than that. I mean, Sancho...
That should tell you something, no?
Two-part players like Jack Grealish makes more money than Salah right now.
There you go.
Lots of players. He makes the same as Thiago in the team. I think Van Dijk makes the most. And apparently, I read some news that he is in favor of getting Haaland to Liverpool in the coming season. Haaland will definitely not come below exorbitant salary, and Salah wants to be the highest paid player. So apparently, he wants some 400,000 a week, which, going by form on paper, I'm sure any big club would be more than happy to kind of give him.
Liverpool don't do that, right?
Liverpool don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And Mane's contract also.
Klopp will leave. No, 2024, he's going now.
Nobody is going. Germans never leave. Yeah, they say they are going to, but they never do.
Are you talking about what is this? A Polish reference? What is this?
Anyway, but 2024 is still what two more whole seasons away.
So that's what I said. Salah will last 2 more years anyway. Then Madrid is not going to buy a 32-year-old.
I think Madrid would be fine right now, and especially if Salah wants more money. I think it seems the way Sapre has been reading up on this that Salah seems to have made up his mind that unless you give me double my current salary, I'm going.
Yeah, and players,
PSG, Madrid, like there are options.
Barcelona,
he may not be first choice for Madrid. Madrid will go for Mbappe first, but there'll be other Barcelona may want him. Yeah, there will be. PSG definitely.
It'll be funny to see Salah play Barcelona for some reason.
Yeah, you know what? City could come in and get him. They could just
it's just like they'll buy one more Chelsea on the way or something.
We don't know who Chelsea is going. New owners are going to be, so that club has the potential to buy anybody and everybody. Which, by the way, just speaking of Chelsea, Timo Werner makes more money than Mohamed Salah. Yeah. I mean, Lukaku also makes more money, but like I said, on paper, Lukaku deserves to make that kind of money. Werner also makes more money than Salah. So he has destinations to go to. And
I think this is Salah's fault.
What you see that Salah's fault. Why is it Salah's fault?
Why did he agree to come in on such a low salary to begin?
But remember that stage, he was kicked out of England, kicked out of Chelsea at that point of time. He went to Roma, had one good season. He played there 2 years. Had one of them was a spectacular season, but not really. I mean, it's not really. It wasn't like.
But it's not like a corporate, no? Matlab, you can only bargain when you come in. You can bargain.
The only big club in England who were willing to take him at that stage. Yeah, I don't see him fitting in at anywhere else, especially then when they got him in 2008 or 17 or 18 when they
also Liverpool was the only big club who was looking for somebody in that position at that point in time. So it made sense for them to go for him. And since then, he's matured. So what I was saying was Mane's contract also gets over in 2023. So he's also won a cup for
Mane seems expendable now to Liverpool. I feel.
With Luis Diaz coming
Luis Diaz is, he's been
good, right?
So well, yeah.
Just need that one. They need a third player. They can, with Jota is doing very well. About 11, 12 goals this season. No penalties, especially.
But Jota is like an injury risk. He keeps going in and out. Yeah. Jota's always been an injury, even at Wolves. He's susceptible. Mane is, you think Mane hasn't done well, he's actually done pretty well. If you look at the goals, I think it's in top 3, top 4. So it's not like he's completely disappeared. He's just that he doesn't talk as much like Salah does.
On the injury front, Liverpool, once you come to Liverpool, you get injured by choice, which is what we saw with Trent.
I don't think that's choice. I think
for the friendlies. Robertson is now down with COVID, apparently. Apparently, he's down with COVID, so he's not going to play any matches. But for
it's
Liverpool,
a false positive.
So, like Firmino.
Yeah.
I hope they sort the situation out, but it will be sad to see Salah leave the Premier League. He's been a fantastic player to watch over the years.
Finally, you can captain someone else for once in FPL.
Haaland. Hopefully he comes. We'll take a break.
Will some 25 million in FPL.
Let's see. Yeah, maybe they'll increase the budget also. They should increase. 100 million you don't get peanuts. You get 100 million. They should make it some 130 million.
Ask Fulham, tell him how much you get 100 million. Some 5 Fulham stadiums you get 100 million.
Hey, Fulham is coming to the Premier League next season.
Start buying
for 1 year. For 1 whole year, they're going to be. All the money. Last time they changed the entire team, right? They got some 8 new players.
But a lot of them on loans, like Lukman and all, they got on loan, not on.
Right. Well, smart thinking, no? So we just gave them, loaned them back. I mean, sent them back. I mean, returned the loan, whatever you call
that's how EPL also takes Fulham on loan. Sends them back. Foreclose and
we did one more representation from London.
Golden parachute, golden handshake. Golden parachute, golden handshake. This is your economy of Fulham. Full zero.
Yeah, it works though. It's entertaining year on year. 1 year struggle, next year success.
Every other year.
So we'll hit into the break. We'll talk about the Clasico on the other side. Okay, and then FPL also. I did pretty well, man. So I want you to talk about me.
You said pretty well, and I want you to talk about me, which is a good distinction to make. Anyway, on the other side of the break.
Don't you think that if everyone around you is getting smart, you better be smarter? Hey there, I'm the traveling professor Siddharth Deshmukh, and I'm back with season 2 of my podcast to make you smarter. Smarter with Sid. What's this season's focus about? Well, it's about 10-minute nuggets that will make you stand out at work. It's time to go from smart to smarter. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday and become smarter with Sid.
Shivram, let's lead with FPL. Yeah, where am I? Can you tell everybody?
Yeah, that's a great question that a lot of people who don't know where they are asking. Let me start with me, right? Because I did 67 points with no hits. I am now 43rd in the Football Shootball League. I think it's a day of pride.
In the top 50. Wow.
Yeah, nice. Top 50. I have actually outscored everyone in the league for the month of March. So the most number of points in March. Wait, let me pull up. I will have to talk about myself before I talk about anyone else. Which is a good rule.
Your screen?
No, I share my screen. I'm just pulling up the. So I got 286 points over a total of 4 game weeks. The next person is Hassan Patel, who got 279. And also third, also got 279 is Rambo. You remember him? He was one of our experts from previous years. He used to be on FPL FI. So I've actually outscored everyone, right? So Sapre, where are you? Let's talk about you because you wanted us to.
I have done very well. I've jumped places. I'm on 153rd rank.
Not bad.
So in 4 weeks, I don't know all the points that you accumulated in 4 games, but over 4 weeks, I have jumped some 30 places, which is a testimony to how everybody has given up on FPL who was in and around where I play.
Yeah, you know what? People have given up because I am in the green for some reason. I seem to have moved up somehow.
So there is a lot of people took negatives.
Okay.
So because it
Why?
was negative,
What was so special about
it was
double
a
game
blank
weeks?
game week, right? No, this was a
Oh.
blank game week.
Just
Like
four
not
games.
played.
FA Cup, right. Yeah. Okay.
So a lot
Fine.
of teams weren't playing. So people must have taken negatives to, get other teams' players, and then Captain Jimenez, who got a red card. So they got -4 or whatever. So technically they actually did worse than they would have if they had not touched their teams, which is something I usually say for surprise teams also. Just don't make any changes, it'll be fine. Okay, awesome. So the top 5 of the fantasy league that we have here for Football Shootball, which you can join too, just go to fantasy.premierleague.com, type in 3HDRUI, that's 3HDRUI. Put that in on the site, you will come join the league. Number 1 in the league is Tangled Up in Blue, Ishan Ganguly, leading from the front, 2092 points. Number 2, FC Veramari, Ashwin Pichai. I think he's a friend of the podcast now by definition. We are gunning for you, Ashwin. 2075 points. Number 3, Guwahati City FC, Bharat Fukan, 2041. Also pretty far away, 34 points. Number 4, we have someone brand new, Albal FC. I remember saying his name a long time ago, 2039. Number 5, the one and only Ole Bhature, Ravin Kapoor, 2033. Pretty close, within the same plus minus 50 points. So anything can happen. I'm guessing a lot of people also have chips left. Most likely going to be at least a free hit and a bench boost, if not just a free hit. What's coming up is going to be very, very tricky to navigate for people who do not have these chips. I'm looking at separate, right? So
I have all my chips, man. -3 remaining forever.
Huh?
Sorry.
Okay. So
Ignore him.
that, Everton have a double game week in game week 31. West Ham, Burnley. Don't take any of their players, right? If you
Poor
want
team
football,
to have a double game week.
like football, enjoy football, want football to succeed world over, do not take a player from Everton. The other team.
Can I interrupt you there? Didn't they just have that surprise win down to 10 men over Newcastle the last time they played in the Premier League? I think, in the last midweek round, I think they beat Newcastle somehow. Yeah. It I think we all just skip past it because of the Champions League, etc. But they somehow managed to win.
You're right. 1-0 win or something.
1-0.
The whole picture,
man.
the guy from the audience who came and I don't know what he tangled up in blue.
Yeah.
Ishan
wow,
Ganguly was of the
I
match.
just slept past this.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
fair
I think
enough.
a lot. I realized 3 days later that this happened, where after they got knocked out of the FA Cup, like when Lampard was yelling at all
By
of them.
Palace, 4.
No, they got lost. Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah,
So I think it's
4-0,
okay to skip.
Yeah, I agree with you about the FPL part, but I'm just saying Everton maybe are they're not going to get relegated yet.
No, I don't think they'll get relegated. I
Yeah.
think that is pretty sorted. Okay, the other team, while we're still talking about relegation, who also have a double game week, are Burnley. They played Man City and Everton. So my only 2 cents here is, if you have someone from Burnley, don't sell. If you have Wout Weghorst, keep, because at least you'll get 4 points, right? Which is more than someone who only plays a double game
Is that
week.
enough though? I mean, he's been
I
doing
don't know,
nothing.
Karthik.
Okay, he's been a little
Tell me,
disappointing.
from someone who's not changed his team the entire year, tell me if that is enough.
I'm trying to think of that left back from Burnley. Maybe you should have him there if he's fit. I think he's
Cucurella.
injured.
Yes, Eric Peters.
No.
That is Brighton.
Yeah.
So-
No, I'll
so
tell
it's
you. I'll
Burnley.
tell you.
Eric
The
Peters.
guy
is
who
Eric
came from
Peters?
Lyon. No. Burnley
From
squad.
Lyon to
Carry
Burnley?
on. I will tell you. who.
I like
The
how
left
you
wing
came
back,
up
yeah,
with
he
that.
keeps scoring goals. And he in the start of the season, he scored like 7 goals or something like that. He came from Lyon to Burnley.
Burnley has scored 7 goals for the last 3 seasons.
I don't know what alcohol you're drinking,
I
but I
will-
would like some of that.
I like this guy, so I will name him first team squad. His name is Maxwell Cornet.
Oh God, he's
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I
he's a
think
good
he's
guy.
injured, so just check that.
He's not done
And
anything for a long time.
for in 2022, but I think it's a good time to have him if he's fit. And if you're saying
Okay,
Burnley have 2
cool.
games, I wouldn't pick anybody else from Burnley.
Yeah, like if you have them, like Wout Weghorst, keep him. He's a striker. The other team I would possibly give a shout for is Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Of
So I
course.
have a question
Spurs
for
are-
you, Shivram.
Hmm.
You said you'll give a shout to Liverpool. Now about Liverpool, what I realized this week is that they have 5 forwards. Yeah,
Hmm.
each of those 5 forwards have a very specific set of skills, very different to each other.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
if you could only pick 1 or 2, let's say 2 out of Firmino, Salah, Mane, Luis Diaz, and Jota, who would you go with?
I would go with Salah,
For
And
sure.
I would actually
Everyone
not
should.
go with any one of them. I would actually go
Okay.
with Alexander-Arnold and Robertson.
Okay. Both of them.
Because both of them. I actually have all three of them in my team right now. Because Liverpool are far more dependable in the back. Plus, they're also, they also bomb forward, so I get attacking points and clean sheets. Whereas a Luis Diaz is great, but then he'll get rotated. Same with Jota, he'll get rotated.
Even Salah
Mane
didn't
will
start
be
the
there.
last time, I think. So
Salah is injured.
Salah was injured.
Okay.
Plus, they were playing Arsenal. What my point is only Salah, Robertson, and Trent are guaranteed minutes. The rest of them are rotation risks. So they might give you the odd. I had Jota that 1 week. Luckily, he scored a brace that week. Right now, those are not moments you can plan for. You just have him. You got him. Great, celebrate it. You can't beat yourself up for it. So that would be my answer. Sapre, I don't think we should ask you. You're like 150 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are
then
no
only
games
answer this
anyway.
question. There are games. No, there are no games. My God.
No.
Wait, I will ask. I'll make Sapre not feel bad. Sapre, tell us. Even I don't know the answer for this. So this is a very genuine question. City played Burnley, right? It's possibly going to be a high-flying scoring game. And this is 2 weeks after the last game they played last night, right? Which they won 4-1 against Southampton. So everyone is rested. Everyone's taken care of. Who are the three players you would pick from City?
Cancelo for sure. He's been playing well. Plus clean sheet almost guaranteed. Not almost guaranteed, but high chance of them getting a clean sheet.
Yeah.
KDB has been playing consistently, so he might get some. And I'll get Mahrez for. I think Mahrez will start against Burnley, especially because, like I said, their left back isn't consistent right now at Burnley. I think it will be a good way for somebody like a Mahrez to kind of expose that side of Burnley. So these are the three players I'll go with.
That's a good shot. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll find out because we can't really guess, second guess, third guess, fourth guess Pep. Like until it happens, it doesn't happen. Okay, cool. That is it for FPL. What do you want to close on?
Nothing.
I'm
I just want
about the World Cup qualifiers actually.
Where is Italy playing Portugal?
So that depends on. I think Portugal first play Turkey and Italy play some side.
So what?
And they have to both win their games.
I heard even Egypt and Senegal are playing each other again for the qualifiers.
Yes, that is correct. The final repeat of the final of the AFCON. But yeah, this should be fun. The only thing we know for certain is Russia isn't there. Everything else is up for grabs.
Yeah, A might be there then.
Yeah, no, I don't think Russia is getting. Poland got a bite through to their final. So yeah, it will be. Imagine if Ronaldo doesn't make it. Yeah, that'll be a bit shocking. Italy not making it will be just a shock because they're European champions. I don't think any of those players missing is really going to cause the World Cup to stall. Yeah. But if Ronaldo doesn't make it in what is his last World Cup, I mean, if he doesn't make it, he's playing until US 2026, right? So,
which will be local games for him there.
Yeah, I think he will. I think we're making too much of the fact that this could be his last.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's retiring.
Anytime soon.
Yeah, maybe he'll play for an MLS side only, but then he'll continue to play for Portugal.
Yeah.
But then I think what you'll miss is the hype around him. Like you won't follow him as much, right? Like him being at United was supposed to be full circle story, right? Like the star who was born, like forget about Sporting Lisbon and all, but the star who was born at United has now come back. The favorite son has come back to United. And then Maguire was also in the same team. We know how it went. So
just like a shooting star now.
Everything. Just shooting. What has now happened is the hype will still continue till this World Cup. If he doesn't make it, right, he will have to do many, many mental things for it to continue. Like the only bigger thing he can do other than coming to United is going back to Real Madrid. There is nothing else that will even compare. Like he can go back to Juventus, we'll stop watching again. He can join PSG, Messi, we'll watch it once, like it's the Royal Rumble. We know who's going to win, right? And then we shut the TV and then we just read up on it later. Nobody actually watches full Royal Rumble. So same way, I don't think Ronaldo's hype will continue for another 4 years. Then it'll just be like the people at the circus.
So you're saying it makes sense? So you're saying it makes sense for him to stay at United because they can afford him?
I think my point was, which I rambled on about, is this is the last World Cup anyone is going to be interested in Ronaldo for. Because Messi is also there, right? Like without Mr. Glass, there is no hero.
So what about
Mr. Glass being Messi?
So Messi should go back to Barcelona.
He still has a trick, right, up his sleeve. Like his Bollywood story can last a little longer because he's for the first time moved away. Ronaldo has done World Tour, but he's come back now. So he's lost that chip. He thought it'll be the biggest thing just before the World Cup, big name stuff. Very well planned. Didn't plan for United at the moment. Messi went to a better team, at least on paper, with Mbappe and Neymar. But now suddenly Barcelona's also turned up really well. Right? Suddenly they're in the fight for La Liga. They might just perform. So he can come back and he'll elevate it, right? So he's going to do what Ronaldo did. That might see him through for the next World Cup. Ronaldo has no opportunity.
He's going to be shit at PSG. Mbappe is going to leave for sure. Neymar again is not going to play with Messi. The same shit.
Neymar is anyway 30, man.
But it doesn't matter. If he came to PSG to get out of his Messi shadow, and now he's again playing with Messi, I don't think so. There's a lot of
what did he do getting on Messi's shadow?
Oh, he partied so much. Yeah,
I don't think that's what the shadow was stopping him from.
So, PSG is going to be in a mess. Plus, they're going to lose a world-class manager also. No. Too many. We'll talk.
Every manager that has been linked to United got knocked out in the round of 16. Eric Ten Hag, Pochettino.
They had to.
They're practicing. They know what's
the fans are already abusing them. So much stress they can't play. No. I think finally we'll get some Phil Jones only player manager type. Caterer also.
What were those brothers? Rafael and who was the other brother?
Fabio.
Like you could get double manager, like twin brother manager.
Yeah, that could work. Evra started boxing apparently. So.
Oh God, that guy.
Sometimes he can stay off internet. Let him be, na.
That's that. We have no football. Apparently, we have these qualifiers.
Thank God.
I'm not sure if you're going to watch. We'll come back.
IPL begins.
After.
So you can
IPL begins, yes. Great Champions League also.
That is a different podcast, Karthik. Not this one.
Okay, on that note, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media handles. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I'm Fickleberry Hun on Twitter and Instagram. That's Huckleberry Finn, but Fickle.
If you want to reach out to me, I am Sapre on Twitter and GSapre on Instagram.
You can reach out to me at IRANT, which is IYERANT on Twitter and Instagram. This is Football Shootball. Recognize.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On This Round is on me, Gauri is joined by none other than Vidya Balan, who talks about her debut Bengali film, her love for acting, and her journey as an actor so far. Speaking of Gauri Devidyal, she sits in for Varun on Think Fast with Suchita this week. Gauri, as you know, besides being an avid podcaster, is a restaurant and co-founder of Food Matters. She discusses everything that has happening in the F&B space and how the pandemic has affected their business. Tune in to Say No to Drama as Chetna is here to tell us all about what we need to remember and avoid when we embark on a new journey. Mahek and Harshit from All Things Policy talk about the Indian government promoting traditional medicines like Coronel and Giloy and how we can take a scientific approach to traditional medicine. And on The Longest Constitution, Priya talks about Indian MPs and their salaries, women's labor, tensions over commercial surrogacy, and a whole lot more. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platform that you might be listening to us. You can also check us out on YouTube. We have a webpage, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, where a list of all our channels are. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, India Water Portal, and Max Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
We know you love fast food,
fast fashion,
faster payment,
lightning fast internet speed.
Then why not fast information?
On Think Fast, where we discuss the latest developments in the world of technology, business, marketing, pop culture.
With a side of sarcasm and my dad jokes, not just mine.
Not mine, Varun. My jokes are funny. So join me, guys, the funnier one, Suchita Salvan, co-founder of LBB.
And me, Varun Dugirala, the co-founder of The Glitch, as we think fast only on the IVM network.
Fresh episodes out every Monday.
On the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.